Pathways Virtual Expo. I am Francesca Howard. I'm the Senior Supervisor for School Choice and Academic Programming, and my co-host is Mike Torrigenti from the Office of Technology and Information Services. The session we are presenting to you this evening goes into detail on myStudent and school choice information. If you're the parent of if you're a parent new to Pasco schools or a parent who needs to create a new parent account, you're in the right place. Once we guide you through the creation of a parent account and connecting that parent account to your student account, we will walk you through the school choice application process. Thank you so much for attending the Pasco Pathways Expo. This event is designed as a way for you to learn about all the choices available in Pasco County schools, as well as the great options available at your zone school. Please attend sessions that are based on your interests, and for more information or to ask questions, please go to the exhibitors tab to speak with someone from a specific school or department. For the purpose of this session, if you have any questions, please feel free to add them in the chat box. And as we go through the presentation, we will address your questions. The Pasco Pathways school choice application window will be open in myStudent from January 7th through January 21st, 2021. The secondary notification and acceptance window will begin on February 19th and will close on February 28th, 2021. The elementary notification and acceptance window will open on March 12th and will close on March 26th, 2021. The first half of this presentation will walk you through the parent account created in myStudent and connecting that account to any student or students that you have in Pasco County. The second part of the session will take you through the school choice application and what it looks like and the process. Pasco County Schools is committed to providing our students with a world-class education. That's our mission. Our vision is all students achieve success in college, in career, and in life. We are taking success to the next level. We are accomplishing our goals with high impact instruction, collaborative culture, and data-based decision-making processes. I'm going to hand it over to my co-host, Mike Torrigenti, to go over how to access your parent account or set up an account in myStudent.
Hello. So anybody that already has a parent account with an existing student link to them, if you could just sit tight, we will be going back to Fran for her to cover how the school choice process works within myStudent. But for those parents that need this information, go ahead and listen in. You will start from pasco.k12.fl.us. You'll click on the parents link at the very top. And once you're on that page, you'll see the green box to the left that says check grades/attendance. This is going to land you on the login page for myStudent. myStudent is where you'll actually do the school choice application. It's also where you'll continue using the system to get access to your students' grades, attendance record, have communication with the teachers, and see the schedule. For the purpose of setting up a parent account or getting students linked to your parent account, you will have to click on the Here link right under where it says Welcome Parents. Once you click on that, you will have this screen presented to you. There's a lot of information on the screen, but the main things you need to know is the first orange box is the link that you will select to create a parent account. The second orange box is if you already have a parent account. This will allow you to link an existing enrolled student or add a newly registered or register a new student to Pasco County Schools. And the third box will be if you've forgotten your password, you can reset that password from there. So starting off, we're going to start with the process like you do not have a parent account. You'll click that left orange box, and from there you'll land on this screen. Simply entering your first and last name, your email address, create a password, and you'll do the reCAPTCHA process to prove that you're not a robot. A couple of notes on your email. This is the email you'll use as your user ID to get into myStudent. It's also the email that throughout the school choice process, uh, you'll be communicated via this email address. Okay. After the parent account is created, you'll be presented with these three orange boxes here. The first one will be if you have an existing enrolled student in Pasco County Schools, or a student that was enrolled with Pasco County Schools at one point and maybe they've gone to a private school or maybe left the county, now you're coming back. You would choose that link to link them to your account. The middle one is going to be for um, newly incoming kindergartners for next year, or you're moving into the county, or you just never had your student enrolled with Pasco County Schools before. You'll have to get them created in the system. And then you would pick that middle one. And then the third box, we'll come back to that later. That's basically when you're all done. So starting off with the first box is linking your student to your parent account. You're going to need to provide the Pasco County issued student ID, the student's date of birth, and a unique PIN. The PIN can be accessed by contacting your student's current enrolled school if they're with Pasco County Schools. They'll validate your identity and give you the PIN number so you can do the linking process. If you do have a student that has been previously enrolled with Pasco County Schools but is not currently, you will need to reach out to Pasco Pathways at pasco.k12.fl.us to be given that PIN number so that you can go ahead and go through with the linking process. Once you prove you're not a robot again, you can click the Add Student and you'll be done linking that student to your parent account. If you need to enroll or register a student newly to Pasco County Schools, you will click that middle orange box back on that previous screen and you'll come here. You're going to enter the first last name, date of birth of the student. You'll leave the language and the form type to what they default for you, and then click Begin Application. On the next page, you're going to be entering a few pieces of information for us. First thing, you're going to enter your relationship to the student. It's a free form text, so father, mother, grandparent, whatever the case may be. Anticipated grade level. You need to pick the grade that they're going to be for next year, for when the school choice, for what you're applying for when you do school choice. So if they're an incoming kindergartner for next year, you go ahead and pick kindergarten from the drop down and move on from there. The next thing you'll do on this page is you're going to enter your residence address. You can simply type in your address, but once you start putting the street number and the street name, it'll start giving you suggestions. If you could, once it gives you a proper suggestion and it matches what you want to put in, go ahead and just pick the one from above and it'll fill out the rest, the city, state, and zip for you. And it'll put everything in the right format for us. From here, you'll also enter the student's, basically the primary number you want to contact the student, or to have contact for the student from the school system. And then you'll select save address. Still saying on the same page, you want to enter your contact information for yourself. You're going to click on the add more contact details button, and then you'll be presented with all of these fields here. You'll enter your first and last name should default based on your parent account, but if not, go ahead and enter those. Go ahead and re-enter your relationship. It is a drop down here, so it'll be father, mother, grandparent, and uncle. Also your email address, if you could enter that just to make sure we have the email for you on this parent account or parent contact record as well. From there, you can enter your contact number. So if you want to do a work number, cell phone, home phone, whatever the case may be, you can pick that from the contact type drop down, enter the phone number, and select save contact detail. You can add multiple phone numbers, just pick the different kind of contact types and enter them as many as you have that you want to be contacted at by the school, the district, with anything in reference to your child. Finally, at the bottom of the screen, you're going to check the custody, emergency, and pickup as they apply. Typically for a parent, you'll pick all three and you'll press save contact. Then at the very bottom, you'll see next page and you'll select that. Uh, on this page, all you need to do is press submit and finish. One main note for here is that this is not the school choice application. This is merely getting your student registered and into the Pasco County school system so that when the school choice window does open, you'll be ready to go ahead and follow that process. So once you add that student, you will be taken back to this screen. It'll display the student you just added. If you have any other students that need to be added, you can do that here, either by picking the first box for currently enrolled, the middle box for new to Pasco County, and when you're done, you pick that third box I referred to earlier, and that's going to go ahead and actually allow you into the parent portal account. One note here, every school year, we require parents to read and confirm that they read the parent and legal notices. You'll just scroll through this, read it, and digitally sign it, press I acknowledge, and you'll be allowed into the parent portal. And from there, I will hand it back over to Fran so she can review what you do once you're in there.
Good evening again. I just wanted to go over one more time, and I'm sure I will cover it about 10 more times before the end of this presentation. The school choice controlled open enrollment application will be accessible through the parent portal in myStudent beginning on January 7th, 2021 through January 21st, 2021. You'll have access to that application at that time. So when you're in the parent portal right now, the application will be grayed out. You won't be able to see it. But as Mike mentioned earlier in the presentation, you can go ahead and create that parent account, link your students to that account so that on January 7th, when the window opens, you're ready to go. All you have to do is log into the parent portal and access the application. You'll access your parent portal for to complete the school choice application the same way that you would access to check grades. You're going to go to www.pasco.k12.fl.us, use the same credentials because it's the same account. Your home page when you log into your account will look like this. You'll access the application under the student menu. So under the student, you will see Pasco Pathways Secondary Innovative Programs and School Choice, and you'll see Pasco Pathways Elementary Innovative Programs and School Choice. Under each student that you have connected to your parent account, you will see those options only when the window opens. At this time, those applications are not accessible to you. For each student that you have connected to you, you will have to complete a school choice application. That's only if you choose. If you're not applying for school choice, then obviously you wouldn't access the application for that student. So in our example, for each dropdown for your student that you have linked to your parent account, you'll see an application. So in this example, the two students are Mickey and Romeo. So Mickey, when you use the dropdown, has a Pasco Pathways Elementary Innovative Programs and School Choice application available, and he also has a secondary program and school choice application available. Romeo has the same thing in his dropdown. If you are requesting school choice for grades 6 through 12, you will use the Secondary Innovative Programs and School Choice application. If you are requesting school choice for grades K through 5, you will access the Pasco Pathways Elementary Innovative Programs in School Choice. If you happen to just click on the wrong one and not see any selections, that will indicate that you're in the wrong application type. So just to clarify, secondary indicates grades 6 through 12, and elementary indicates grades K through 5. The first section of the application is the students and the parents' demographics. You'll see the student's last name, first name, student ID. A student currently in Pasco or at some point in Pasco will have a 6-digit number. Students who are new to Pasco will have a negative temporary student number. The demographic information on this page will indicate the projected grade level, the address, the guardian's first name, last name, and the guardian's email address. As Mike mentioned earlier, you want to make sure that this email address is up to date and one that you always check, because this will be the email address used for all parent communication and system communication when it comes to the school choice application process. So any letter notifications will be sent to this address. If you notice any of the information in this section is incorrect, if you're a family whose student is currently enrolled in Pasco County schools, please reach out to that current school of enrollment and they will give you the procedures to change any information on this demographic screen. If your student is not currently enrolled in Pasco County and you're in the applicant school, that means you have the negative temporary student number and you need to make a change to any of this demographic information, please email pascopathways@pasco.k12.fl.us and someone in our group will help facilitate those changes. The next portion of the application, we request all parents read carefully because it will indicate that you're requesting a preference to be applied to your application. Box number 1 indicates that you're requesting a military preference. Applicants who check this box are requesting a preference because their school choice is a result of current military orders. If you check this box, you'll be required to upload the DD-214 document as well as the permanent change of station orders. Those documents will be available you'll have to upload those documents. The space for you to upload will be available at the end of the application in the upload section. If you click in the box in special circumstance A, you're requesting preference by indicating that the children you're requesting, the child or the children that you're requesting school choice for have been relocated due to the foster care placement. Again, like military preference, by checking this preference, you will have to upload the out of home care placement verification forms at the end of the application in the upload section. Special circumstance B, checking this box indicates that you're asking or requesting for preference for children who are temporarily displaced due to separation, divorce, serious illness, or custody. Court documents will need to be uploaded at the end of this application to verify the circumstance that you're applying for. The last box in that section, if you check that box, you're indicating that you're a full-time school board employee. By indicating you're a full-time school board employee, you will be asked to also complete the section where it says school board employee number. That is your munis number, and we'll ask you to choose your work location within the school district. The next section of the application is the actual choices that are eligible to your student based on the address on file in the student system. You may select up to 3 choices. Your choices rank from 1 to 3. Students who have program continuity listed above would need a signature. Preference will be given to how you order your choices. So number 1, when the lottery runs, will indicate that this is your first choice. So if there's space and capacity and your number is picked during the lottery process, that student would get a pending acceptance to their number 1 choice, and their number 2 and number 3 would be declined. Students only generate 1 pending acceptance. If you are at this part of the application and you don't see any choices, that indicates that you've accessed the wrong application. The next section in the application is for sibling consideration. If you are asking for your student to be placed at the same school that their sibling is currently attending, you would indicate the full name of the sibling that is currently enrolled and the sibling's birth date so that we can verify this information during the verification process. The last section of the application is where you would upload the documents that I referenced earlier at the beginning of the application. So if you're requesting a preference, such as the military preference, the foster care placement preference, or the court-ordered preference, this is where you would upload those supporting documents so that we can verify the preference during the application verification process. Make sure that whether you are uploading supporting documents or you have no documents to upload, that you are clicking save at this point in the application process. Once you click save, that indicates to the system that you're submitting the application. You will get an email confirmation to the address in the demographic portion of the application, the email address, I'm sorry. If you did not receive an email confirmation, please log back into the application and hit save again. If you've made more than 2 attempts to save and you still don't get a confirmation email, please make sure to check your junk folder. And if after checking your inbox and your junk folder or your spam folder, you still don't see a confirmation email, please contact Pasco Pathways at pasco.k12.fl.us. At any time during the open enrollment window, you may log back into your parent portal to view the application or make any changes. You can log back in anytime from January 7th through January 21st to make any changes to the application. Once January 21st, 4:30 comes, the application will be closed and you will no longer be able to make any changes. If you have any questions about school choice or your parent account, please feel free to email Pasco Pathways at pasco.k12.fl.us. And going back to what Mike referenced about the parent account, if you have a question about the PIN number, please make sure you reach out to the school that your student is currently enrolled at, and they will supply you with that PIN number. If you have any questions in the chat box, Rebecca, Linda, are there any questions that need to be addressed?
So there's one, and I just want to make sure that the user Arian saw my response, because their child's not actively enrolled at this time, and we're going to have to help them in connecting to their child. So for that family, they'll need to put in a Pasco Pathways ticket with the information I put in the chat earlier as a response to what they wrote. So I just wanted to highlight that. We will have to help you connect so that you can move forward in the process.
So there's also another question in the chat box, and I just want to clarify something. Can my wife and I each have our own parent account? You can both have your own parent account, and if you wanted to, you could probably both fill out school choice applications, but each student can only have one application during the verification. So it's not, and there were questions in earlier sessions where parents were asking if I'm the first one to apply, my chance are my chances greater? And I know in years past, parents wondered if I apply more than once, are my chances greater? Each student can only have one application to be processed during the lottery system.
So your last submission for that student is what stands. So on January, the last day, whoever entered last is what's going to stay because it's on the student. So you can both have a parent account, but one answer for your application. I don't see any other questions yet, but I'll keep looking for them.
Thank you. And if you have questions and you want to unmute yourself to ask the questions as opposed to typing them in, that's okay too.
And I am looking at Pasco Pathways tonight, that ticket system. So if Arian puts that information in, I'll try to start working on that.
I think they left before you were making those comments, Rebecca.
Okay, well, maybe they'll see it in the recorded message.
Yeah.
I did respond as soon as they wrote it, so that's good.
Yeah, definitely. I saw that come in.
The other thing that's really helpful is what you put in the chat a few minutes ago about that catalog. I don't know if you want to highlight that catalog again, Fran.
I do. Mike, do you mind going to the website?
We're losing people. We're down to about 3, but I will, let me change what I'm sharing and I will do that. Give me just a second here. You still see my
So
web browser?
you're asking if your son is currently a student enrolled in Hillsborough County, yes, you will need to, if he's never been enrolled in a Pasco County school and doesn't have a student number, you will need to create a parent account.
And if he was a previous student in Pasco County, you need to fill out the Pasco Pathways ticket and tell me the student number, their first and last name, your first and last name, and your last known address in school so that I can help you connect your student to an account to be able to apply in Pasco again as you return or as you want to return.
And if anybody who's left on the call still has any questions about the programs that we offer in Pasco, please visit the Pasco Pathways catalog. It's a detailed website that will tell you all about the programs that we offer: academic, CTE, STEM, STEAM, all the magnet programs that are in Pasco County. It'll discuss the criteria. It will talk about the transportation. It'll give you the rundown of how the program operates.
And just quickly, Sapana, it will be basically the process that I covered is what you'll need to do. You'll need to create yourself a parent account. And once you create that, you'll be able to add your child as a student for the upcoming school year. The window is January 7th to January 21st. I put it back on the screen if you want to see it. The February dates are when you'll be notified on February 19th. And then you'll have until February 28th to accept what you've been assigned or what you've been selected for. Any other questions?
So as we mentioned at the beginning of the presentation, if you want to see this information again, or if you need to access the information that was presented during this session, you can check back to the homepage in about a week when we return from Thanksgiving break, and all of the sessions that are going on tonight, as well as the sessions that went on Monday night, will be posted to a YouTube channel for the school district. You can also access a video on how to create a parent account and link the parent account, as well as the directions in English and in Spanish on our school choice website. It's listed right, the links are right underneath the application window timeframe. So we hope everybody enjoyed the information. If you have any questions, please email Pasco Pathways at pasco.k12.fld.us, and we hope you have a wonderful holiday break.